me and Robbie on our way to get some substrate, some gravel for the pond that we've been building. We've actually done a lot of other things to it that I haven't put on yet, that we haven't seen yet, but we will very, very shortly in this episode. So basically what today's plan is, after a hard day's work, it's been quite warm today, is to get some gravel, some bigger rocks. You know, if we find some good driftwood, we'll get some of that, and put that into the pond. And we got 4 comets. Someone put in the comments section that comets are a good one, so I got 4 of them and put them in there to get the ecosystem sort of up and flowing, up and going. All right, so we've decided just to basically start the ecosystem in this just real quickly. We've just got some comets, nothing too special. So down a local aquarium, got these guys, couple of bucks. Throw them in there, hopefully kickstart the ecosystem, you know, try and get all the levels right, and then hopefully don't lose any of them. Not that it, you know, it's not that big a deal. And then after that, we can sort of have a look and see how we can go about putting some, obviously some more interesting species in here. Alright, so I floated the bag, I've done the full water change. Look, because it's new straight from the tap, I'm not going to worry about not putting any of this water in that water to contaminate. I don't really think that's an issue with this exact setup at the moment. So we're going to let these guys go. Off you go, fellas. There we go, into your new home. And there we go. So they've got obviously a really big tank. They'll obviously, hopefully if they survive, they'll grow into the into this. They're just going to have a look around. Look, all I'm going to do to feed these guys is just use common goldfish flakes, throw in the odd worm every now and then, and hopefully they'll grow fairly quickly, be fairly happy, and we'll see how we go from there. So we've got them in there at the moment, and then unfortunately, the first fish tank I ever bought was a little 27 litre fish tank, and I put 10 goldfish in there because they were really, really cheap. It was a cheap deal, buy 10 for a couple of bucks. So I did that and thought they were going well, but as I've learned a bit more about the hobby, I've realised that keeping 10 fish of any size in the tank that small is not good. They're probably getting very bored, and that's probably why I'm having to do a lot of water changes. And I saw the comets swimming around in the pond, and we put some wood and stuff in there, and they looked really happy, zipping back and forth. And I thought there's a bit of a difference in quality of life between these 4 fish that are out here in the pond, and then the 10 goldfish that I've got stuck inside in a tank. So basically, on today's episode, I'm also going to be taking my 10 goldfish and also putting them in the pond as well. So that'll be really good. Bring a whole new sort of lease of life. And yeah, so we're just on our way to get all the goods now. And yeah, we'll be back. Alright, me and Robbie have been out collecting and foraging and all that stuff, obviously very legally. We don't take stuff from nature, we know we're not allowed to do that. So anyway, so this is where the pond's at right at the moment. Down here, as you can see, we have actually put 4 little comets in there. So 3 orange, 1 white or albino little comet that's hanging around. So let's see, we put some sticks down just to give them a bit of a playground, really. Alright, now here's the good stuff. Here's what we've just gone and got. Alright, so we've managed to get some of these, I don't know, I'm sure they've got a scientific name, but some reeds there, and the fun stuff, the substrate, the gravel, the rocks. We're reckoning, and you're probably reckoning right about now, that this is not going to be enough for this pond here. You're probably correct, but we could always go and get some more later. So basically what we're going to have to do is, because we haven't really thought about it very well, is rip off the wire there, take all the sticks out, all the rocks will leave there, put it in one side, hopefully shoot a fish over to that side, and then put it in the other side without disturbing the fish. And then we're going to go in, get the goldfish, and work them. The only problem is at the moment, and people are asking, or probably asking themselves, why aren't you taking the fish out? I don't actually have a net yet, so one slight problem, but I'm sure we'll be able to fix it as we go. So let's get stuck in, Robbie. Let's do it. Alright guys, so let me now introduce you to the first fish that I ever owned about 3 weeks ago. Ever in my life. These guys here, my little uncoloured goldfish. Or my little piranhas, as I like to call them, because they're very hungry all the time, and they've got to fight with 9 other brothers and sisters to try and get their food. I think I'm going to feed them now, don't you? Alright, so basically, after seeing these guys, I know it's a boring tank, but it's not a very large tank, small filter. I just picked up one at a discount store, very cheap. So basically, looking at these guys and then looking at the comets outside, there's definitely a quality of life difference, like a really big one, and that has, believe it or not, sort of urged me onto deciding that these guys should probably go out there in the pond with the comets, just to give them a better life, and obviously also for comets in a larger pond to give a bit more vibrancy, a few more fish there. Yeah, so that's sort of it. What I'm going to use this tank for is probably just a small quarantine tank, because I do have another few tanks. Obviously, one that I've got set up that you haven't seen, I'll show you later in a future episode, probably next week. And I've got another 2 on order that are coming. And I've also got another sort of 6-foot tank that's in a bit of disrepair, but that is obviously, at the end of the day, that's the dream, to get that up and looking schmick. So yeah, so what I'll do, obviously, as I said before, I've got no net, so I'm obviously going to lower the water down in this one, find some kind of strainer or colander or something, and then take them out, keep them in this water, acclimate them to the pond outside because it's slightly warmer out there, and then let them in there and let them swim around and see how we go. Alright, so obviously the dirt hasn't settled from putting all the gravel in, but what we've got now is we've got the 10 little goldfishies in here, and obviously we're going to acclimate them because there's a slight difference in temperature, so hopefully this works, fingers crossed. So, there we go. Now as long as they all swim in the middle, that should work. Alright guys, so we have half finished the pond, so now we've got some nice little pretty plants there, which was a very popular suggestion in the comment section. Thanks for all the comments, guys, really appreciated them. Someone also suggested a bass as well, but before I even think about that, this has got to be either bigger or deeper, but I'd love to put some Australian bass in there. That'd be awesome. Alright, so now we just need to get some, obviously, some bigger rocks for the outside. I also want to get some little ferns or something around here, as said, because someone has also said that it will get quite hot in the summer, and even after today, which is even a fairly overcast day, but quite warm, the water was quite warm. Oh, before we do the setup, come this way, Rob. As I said in my last video, the first video, that I was big into aquaponics, or I wanted to try aquaponics. So what I've been doing is every second night I've been taking a few bucket loads of water out of this, putting it on my veggie, my berry garden, and then refilling it. And look, the growth that we've seen, I don't know if anyone's gardeners, but the flowers of the berries have just gone huge in the last week. So that's been a really good sign, and a good sort of start. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now, guys. Again, thanks for watching, much appreciated. Again, still really enjoying the journey, hope you guys are. Don't forget to hit like or subscribe if you want, turn on the notifications, so every time I put a new video up, or a little something, you will get warned about it, and then you can decide from there whether you want to take the risk or not of watching the journey. So yeah, again, have a good week. I'll see you next week.